Today we went to explore the Bangsue Junction in Bangkok. This mall is incredible. I can't say enough about it, honestly. It's basically like a humongous flea market spread out outside and on multiple floors. When we got there, we checked out a little bit of the outside. It's mainly little trinkets, things for your home, decorations, and some food stalls. It's easy to spot. It's a big red building. When you enter the mall on the main level, the first floor there is mainly furniture, decorations for your home. There wasn't much to see for us just because we're not shopping for that kind of stuff. We were more interested in the vintage clothing and the toys. We got there in the middle of the day and we were pretty hungry, so we decided to just go to the top floor and eat something and go from there. The food court has decent options. There's mainly Thai food, there's also some burritos. So there's like rice dishes, noodles, things like that. And then they have a couple drink places as well. So they had really good Thai iced tea, like the Thai milk tea. We ended up getting a great table right next to the windows. So we had a view of the city as well as you can see the market there that's across the street. We ended up going to that the next day. You can really see how big it is. We got some shrimp curry and some noodles. Ollie ended up getting the pork, which was really good. He really liked it. And of course, we had the Thai milk tea, which we've been having a lot of. So after we ate, we checked out what was on the same floor as the food court, and then we started making our way down one floor at a time. This mall has so much stuff that it was extremely overwhelming. It's like one of those places that you go to, you see a million things that you want to buy, and you walk out with nothing because you were just so overwhelmed and you didn't know which thing to pick. Aside from the floors with the furniture, the rest of the mall is basically vintage clothing and toys. So we spent a few hours just walking around. You can easily get lost in there. You got to kind of pay attention where you're going, what aisle. It's just booth upon booth of just different stuff. Some of the stuff was not that cheap, like it was pretty expensive, but they were unique pieces that you would not find anywhere else. And then there was a lot of stuff that was pretty inexpensive, like $5 or under. There were also booths with video games from old systems and new systems. There were CDs, tapes even. There's definitely something for everyone in this mall. Lots of fun shirts from the 90s and early 2000s. Here's us going to another floor. Being in there was a bit of a blur. There's just so much to look at. There's tons of toys, lots that you want. There's the blocks that are quite popular here. They're like Legos, but you can build different little figures. Some of them are pretty big. Lots of plush toys that the kids loved. This stand had a lot of really awesome toys. Some that I remember from my childhood. Lots of Disney stuff. Super tempting. They also have a lot of old McDonald's Happy Meal toys. So you can find some really fun ones from like the 90s, early 2000s. Lots of Ronald McDonald toys. We ended up not really shopping here just because we loved it so much that we want to come back on one of our last 2 days, since at the end of our trip in Thailand, we are stopping in Bangkok again. If you love to go to thrift stores, this is definitely the mall to go to, because you will definitely find something or many things that you want to get. If you have the patience to look through all the racks, you could probably find some pretty amazing stuff that's not just out on display. Some of the booths had racks and racks of clothes, and every time I looked on one of the racks, I found something awesome. Lots of fun shoes, and sneakers, candies even. There's also little shops that are designers selling their jewelry and other things like that one. This booth had an insane amount of plush toys. They even had E.T., they had old toys, new toys, lots of Disney stuff. It was fun seeing all the video game stuff from like the 90s. These shoes were amazing. Lots of fun jackets. The windbreaker jackets from the 90s were the best. And I should have got that shirt. You could get yourself an Aaron Carter shirt or a Britney shirt, Spice Girl shirt from a band that not many people have heard of even. They had everything. Lots of really cool bags and hats. That Simpsons bag was pretty sweet. Just to prove that they had shirts for anywhere or anything, they even had a shirt from Lake Arrowhead, California, which is where we used to live. It's in the mountains near Big Bear. That blue shirt right there. We decided to walk outside and get a break for a second because it was seriously overwhelming. The kids got some ice cream with colorful cones. And then we walked around and looked at stuff outside as well. The outside isn't as good as the inside, but you could still find some fun treasures out there. It's mainly little knickknacks for your home. Lots of framed art and little toys. There was tons of Popeye stuff too. It was nice to take a break and just sit for a second. The kids have been pretty amazing on this trip, walking for hours through these malls. So much fun ET stuff. Then we went back into the mall. This is the shoe store that had all the name brand shoes. Lots of Gucci stuff. The Disney Gucci stuff's pretty awesome. This old Little Mermaid shirt was great. The colors, so 90s. Mark loved that McDonald's shirt. I mean, check out those awesome windbreaker jackets. You don't see those around. Unless maybe, I guess, if you go into a thrift shop. More used name brand shoes. They only had small sizes though. The ones Mark wanted. The Disney ones, they didn't have any that were in his size. More ET stuff, Care Bears. And then we looked outside and saw it was raining. We were trying to wait it out, but after 30 minutes, it didn't stop. It is the low season for Thailand for traveling, but we have found, honestly, it's so much better. It's not busy, not crowded, and we've seen it rain twice since we've been here. And the first time it rained for 10 minutes, then stopped. This time it rained for about an hour and then stopped, but by then we had left. And that was the end of yet another amazing day in Bangkok.